Hey guys, it's Malthor here once again, bringing you yet another fresh delivery of my own personal sadness in the form of what I hope to be the last death on the 2-week solo self-found hardcore race. As you can see here, I died to a couple of exiles, or 3 exiles. I wasn't really ready to take them on and I had no idea what happened, but looking back at the death, what happened was I got projectile weakness and then a taste of my own medicine. Kinetic blasted against a wall and I was constantly knocked back and just died. Took too much damage. What happened was my character got to around level 75. I struggled farming an added chaos gem on a lot of gem cutter boxes and box zones. I probably farmed a good 5 or 6 hours trying to get an added chaos for my single target, and for my kinetic blast it took something like 2 or 3 hours to get the added chaos. All in all, it was just a shitty experience trying to get a solo self-found added chaos for this build. Though that said, it seemed to work out pretty well as just a solo self-found wander regardless, kind of giving me a bit of an indication that it can be played on low levels of gear and low levels of currency right from the get-go, though it is a bit of a struggle and not something I'd recommend for newer people. It's something that only seasoned veterans of the struggle should attempt, I think, a starting wand character for the very first character of a league, but it is something that looks like it can happen. All in all, this was supposed to be Chaos Wander, life-based Pathfinder. I think it works fine, but it probably won't be very good in 3.0, so don't take too much stock in this sort of character, though Elemental life-based Pathfinder I think should be okay, and I'll potentially make up a little passive tree and build for that, because that should still be a good 3.0 build even on lower levels of gear, but of course scaling into infinity with more and more gear as it gets better, because that's just how Wanders do, and I don't think anything's really affecting Elemental Wander for 3.0. If anything, the addition of the Immolation gem could be really big for Elemental Wanders. So that's it for this character, guys. We got to about level 75, had a pretty shitty death. I was tackling a lot of extra exile maps because it's all I was getting from the Mayhem shit, and I had no choice but to just go in there and basically get wrecked before I was ready to, since I was not yet ready to turn one of my flasks into a warding for curse immunity, and I had to just do what I had to do. But that does actually bring me to show you the rise of Deadthil III, which is a Elemental Raider Sunder character. As we all know, Sunder's pretty damn good at the moment because it's just got a really strong base damage. It got buffed somewhat recently, and it's one of the skills for melee and non-melee alike that's area-based that didn't see too many nerfs from the area of effect scaling. So you still shoot or attack with your Sunders pretty damn quick in this case, and the explosions do quite a lot of the clearing even without much area investment, so it's actually a very strong skill. As we all know, it's pretty damn good. So the idea behind this character is to go full elemental conversion. So we're physical with a shitty mace, dual wielding with a stat stick, in this case Prismatic Eclipse, and then you go full conversion with Fizz to Lightning, and eventually also these nodes here, or you can use a Tempestuous Steel in the offhand, or you can use a Moonbender's Wing in the offhand, which is one of these things here for full conversion, or you can grab some Hrimsorrow gloves as well in your glove slot. So there's a lot of ways to go full conversion. The idea behind full conversion builds is you still get to take a lot of Fizz nodes and a lot of the cool nodes revolving around that, so physical damage, dual wield, all of that still benefits you quite greatly, but you also get huge benefits from elemental nodes and these things here, all kinds of damage, hatred scaling, Herald of Ash scaling. All in all, it still ends up being a really strong damage build, and I'll show you a bit more of that hopefully in the next day or so, or maybe even as a starter build for the 3.0 League, because it seems pretty damn strong off of almost no real good gear, just you know, whatever the hell you can find. And it just clears really nicely. It's fairly tanky, fairly survivable. As a raider, it's very fast and gives quite a lot of attack speed, quite a lot of clear speed. And the proposed passive tree in the end looks something like this. You're going up for the life, you're getting Vile Pact, you're getting all the Ele nodes, you're getting these conversion nodes, getting these Ele nodes, and down here. And in the end, I'm kind of leaning towards Iron Reflexes just for Comb's Roots action, and it's all just kind of a plan at the moment, and I'll give you more information as I have it. That said, I'm not too sure I'll be able to flesh this character out too much on the 2-week race, as the beta reset is supposed to hit tomorrow sometime, and I'm not sure when I'll even be able to get to finish this character off, if at all, if we go full on back into the beta. But I did want to give you just a few little examples of what the clear looks like on this character, what the playstyle looks. So the Whirling Blades or the Leap Slam is absolutely insanely fast, some of the fastest and most enjoyable I've ever had, and the Sunder's really quick too, and it clears pretty damn well. The more monsters there are, the better the Sunder works, of course, because of all the little explosions overlapping, and besides that, with your War Chief Totem, it ends up having some pretty decent single target, and it's fairly tanky as well, with all the stats and mods we currently have towards our defense with armor and evasion and block and leech and all of that good stuff. So it seems to be a fairly solid build, at least for starters. I think it has potential to scale fairly well into the end game, given the upgrades of gear and an ultimate weapon of something like a Doriani's, I would think. But there's quite a lot still to figure out for this one, I'd say. Just for now, I want to show you guys the gameplay at around level 65, I think, leveling through to the end of Merciless, and hopefully I have more to show you in the future on this guy if beta doesn't get us too sidetracked. But for now, guys, thank you very much for watching the video. Hope you don't get too sad at my death, and hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.